to that Lefty guy talk. He was like, yeah, in the penitentiary, we got ours. We let the blacks know, like, yo, you know, you guys are over there, but we got ours. Oh, but when he gets out the penitentiary, oh, he wants to rap like the black guys he want to in the penitentiary. No, keep that same energy when you get out the penitentiary. No. Don't come over here using our rap music. You go over there and sing La Bamba. And a black dude wrote that from what I heard.
Buenos dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it. You already know. Like a torta with some bad habits. Bye. Or should I go sing La Bamba? Let's get to the intro. Welcome back to the channel, and if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, make sure you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that I stay kicking, and I appreciate the support. I'm very humbled by it from everybody, every ethnicity. I'm not going to say every race because I'm a firm and true believer that we're all just one race, the human race. Just got different ethnic backgrounds, different cultures, and it's a beautiful thing, right? But of course, on display was Afroman because I got high, right? Well, I'm sorry, bro, that you're still high, because the statement that he put out the other day was egregious, right? It was not very intellectual. It was not very well thought out, nor was it said in proper form and fashion. It just was bullshit, okay? To make something as trivial as a question asked where you have to mention Lefty Gunplay and turn it into a clout chase or a hatred session based upon ethnicity and color and pigmentation of skin, and wow, right? It's what's next? What's next? If that wasn't division on display, then I don't know what is, right? And no, I'm not just making this video because a black man said it, because I understand that there's other Mexican people that have just literally disrespected Lefty Gunplay in a music video just the other day. Wow, Lefty's getting a lot of hatred from every different directions. But Afroman seems to be a little annoyed or angry when it comes to Lefty Gunplay in particular. And why is that? You know, is it the fact that Afroman was a one-hit wonder? Is it the fact that Afroman didn't get put on to Kendrick Lamar's latest album and that he never has even sniffed the Grammy Awards? Could it be that? Does it mean that your hatred for one man or lack of respect for one man, you have to throw everybody and include everybody of Mexican descent in the brass ring? I guess you got to throw them in there and feed them to the lions, because that's exactly what this was. Afroman decided to talk shit about Lefty Gunplay for whatever his reasonings were. And look, let's be honest with everyone here, man. Is he the greatest rapper of all time? Not close. Is he a great rapper? Not close. But he definitely did the work and did what he had to do to go up on stage and receive and accept a Grammy Award on behalf of his hard work and efforts. And if he wanted to say and make a statement, man, you know, I'm doing what I can for the raza to open up the doors and to get in, hey, man, more power to the people, right? The black and brown communities should be happy that anytime a black or a brown man has light shined upon them, right? Because we all go through similar struggles. Now, I understand, man, there's going to be some people that say we went through more struggle than you went through. Hey, look, man, there's no cutting in lines at the welfare department. It just is what it is. Look around. There's a lot of black and there's a lot of brown faces, right? Or in fact, there's a lot of brown and a lot of darker brown faces. You know, we all go through some type of struggle. And so we have to take the initiative to never, ever show our hand and let anyone outside of the black and brown community know that there's some turmoil, there's some division. Afroman ain't hearing me, though. Afroman has a hatred towards Lefty Gunplay that travels beyond him just being, you know, a raza. I think it goes towards everyone of brown descent, man. And he just used Lefty Gunplay as basically the way to kick off the conversation. Look, I always wonder why people are like, anytime there's a black and brown dispute about music, it's always, you're stealing our music, you're stealing our culture, you're stealing our everything we've established, everything. Why is it stealing? You can't borrow nothing. Hey, I've plenty of times my neighbors come over, a black neighbor. Hey, can I borrow some sugar? Can I borrow your lawnmower? Hey, bro, you got a spark plug I could borrow? Do I automatically assume he's going to go breaking in cars and shit? No. But I always wondered why he needed a spark plug. Anyways, Afroman saying these things, another statement came out which shed bigger light on what he was trying to do, right? And what he was trying to basically say is he does not like the raza. He don't like Mexicans. He just couldn't be blunt and straight up say it. He had to beat around the bush a little bit, right? He had to shake the sheets and jump up out of bed with the hatred in his heart and put it on full display. And what's it going to get him? It's going to get him, lack thereof, the raza supporting him. And believe me, he's going to say, I could care less about the raza supporting me. But people like Bun B and other black artists have said, man, the brown culture, the brown people are some of their biggest supporters when it comes to music. If you look, man, brown people support, and they support in tremendous numbers. They support sports, boxing, rap music, oldies, hip hop, anything that a black man feels that they have created and that's theirs, their culture, a brown man has supported. So you should be in support of the person who supports you, right? Now don't sit there and say La Bamba, that Lefty Gunplay should go sing La Bamba. Basically, that's disrespect. Like, you can't do nothing else. You can't rap. Stop trying to be a rapper. Go sing La Bamba. What makes you think he can sing La Bamba? And then to say, I heard La Bamba was written by a black man anyways, then why do you want him to go sing La Bamba if that's the case? If you feel that hip-hop is yours, that you created hip-hop, which Afroman had nothing to do with creating hip-hop, the fucker is not, his genre ain't even hip-hop. Anyone can say, because I got high. But for him to even say that, come on, man. Hip-hop is created from three elements. It's created from DJs. It's created from B-boys, right? And it's created from, of course, breakdancing, graffiti, and MCs. DJs, MCs, right? So that's the three elements of hip-hop. Hip-hop was not created with black in mind. This is our music. Only we're the ones that are going to do it. There's a lot of great rappers, but if you put a label on it, then that makes you stupid. That's why I don't agree with the Chicano rap label. That's why I don't agree with Mexican rap or none of that. It's rap is rap, period. It just happens to be a black man singing that. If a black man sings a corrido, that doesn't make it black corridos. That means it's a fucking corrido with a brother singing it. When Eminem does a rap song, it doesn't make it white rap. It just means Eminem is singing a rap song. People that put a label and make it into a racial issue, it's stupid. It's very stupid. There's nothing designed for just you. Everything that was created by whoever created it is for everyone. That's called equality. That's why people fought in the civil rights to be equal, to be treated equal. That's why people struggle behind them walls in prison for social status of equality. They want everything they got coming to them, not based upon pigmentation of their skin or ethnicity or cultural differences, but they want everything they got coming because they're locked up just like everyone else. Should I preach some more? Afroman put out another statement besides the Lefty Gunplay bullshit, right? And that right there just made him into a hater. Basically, you utilized Lefty Gunplay's name to display hate. Period. Made it racial. Lefty never made it racial. When you're talking about prison and saying in the penitentiary, why don't you stick to what you did in prison, killing blacks? Obviously, if Lefty would have ever done that, if that was his ambition, then he would have done that. But obviously he didn't. His ambition was to go do his time, get out and utilize and learn something that could help him get up out the ghetto, get up out the barrio, get up out the hood. And he took to rapping, man. Does it make it wrong if a Mexican does that? Not at all. That's why we live in a land of opportunity for everybody. Okay, when you play the victim role and still act like you're victimized, when you're not even the one that was victimized, when your mother and father are not even the one that was victimized, when your grandparents are not even the ones that were victimized, but it goes way deeper than that, 100 years, and you're still utilizing that as a form of saying, man, we are a hurt nation, a hurt people. Hey, guess what? Mexicans feel the same way, Holmes. If you haven't looked lately, Mexicans are the ones getting snatched up off the streets and deported and thrown in the penitentiary, right? So, hey, black and brown communities, man, have been going through similar struggles, if not different struggles, for many, many, many years, man. When civil rights was being fought, believe me, there was brown men marching with Martin Luther King. There was brown men out there in the fields picketing, striking, doing whatever they can, and not only for the brown community, but also for the black community. And there was a lot of brothers, man, that felt the same way. A lot of Black Panthers that clicked up with brown berets because they had similar thought processes. They had similar struggle. They had similar vision for the black and brown community. So Afroman, stop playing the victim. Stop making it a racial thing. Oh, and I always notice anytime it's a Southerner, a Mexican from Southern California, what's the difference between a Mexican from Southern California and a Mexican from Northern California? Other than an imaginary line in the sand and some gang fucking issues, right? And some politics. But let me tell you, they're all Mexican. They're eating tortillas, man. They're listening to DJ Quick tonight. Everyone's doing their thing. Okay? If that's the case, if you feel that Lefty Gunplay should not do rap music because it belongs to you, Afroman, then you should not eat tacos because that belongs to Lefty Gunplay, right? Let's not go a pit for pat, tit for tat, and all that fucking bullshit, because at the end of the day, man, black and brown unity is where it's at rather than division. Afroman could never be a part of that because there's a hatred in his heart towards the Mexican community. Look, he made another statement talking about the N-word. I agree with you, Afroman. In this, I say, I don't believe anybody should be using the N-word. Not a black man, not a brown man, not a white man. Most definitely not a white man, right? But nobody, brother. And the reason is that is a derogatory word. No matter who created it, it was a derogatory word utilized to trap people, to put people in a box, to make people other than, to make people feel less than, to make people feel like they were dumb, stupid, to make people feel inferior to more superior people, right? And let me tell you right now, that ain't a word that is in my repertoire, right? It's not in my spectacular vernacular. And I once had a cellie who was a righteous brother, right? A righteous black man. And let me tell you, at night when he sharpened his knife, it wasn't for a brown man. He wasn't trying to kill a Mexican. He wanted to hit his own people that were saying the N-word because he did not like that, because he understood what that word means. So Afroman, you can't say, and the statement made, he moved out of the LA area, right? Because he was so mad that Mexicans were saying the N-word and he couldn't kill them all. Well, you didn't even kill one, let alone kill all. And to take it to that extreme that you wanted to murder, literally kill people because of a word, that shows how weak-minded you truly are. If you have a problem with a different ethnicity saying a certain word, if words hurt you that bad, wow. Because you got high, because I got high, right? I don't know what to say, man. You don't seem militant, or you don't seem you're trying to push the black agenda. You know what you seem like? You seem like a disgruntled human being that just doesn't like Mexicans, is looking for every excuse to say it. Now, I don't want to make this a black and brown issue because this is an Afroman and a stupidity issue. And really, it isn't no issue. It is what it is, right? Am I going to sit here and defend a brown man over a black man? Absolutely. Just like I would defend a black man that was getting ridiculed by a Mexican. Absolutely. Because I'm about human beings, man, saying and doing the right things. This could create division. This type of philosophies and this type of hatred and rhetoric creates division to the point where people start feeling some type of way and feel like they are in a position to just say anything. I don't like Mexicans so saying the N-word, so I moved out. You let them Mexicans get you off your point, off your spot, just because they said the N-word. Look, I don't agree with Mexicans saying the N-word, and I don't agree with black people saying it either. But who the fuck are we, man? People utilize that word as a buffer word. They utilize that word, and it doesn't even have the same effective meaning it once did. I'm not making excuses, but when I hear them utilize it, man, it's kind of just like a whatever word. I know the history of it. I've done time with real motherfuckers, real militant individuals. Okay, so I understand that word is a very disrespectful, derogatory word. So I understand that raza using it, a prideful, proud people, it's beneath them to utilize that word. Just like it's beneath a black man to utilize that word towards another black man, because that's making it seem like they're inferior to you. I understand it's a word that was turned to a slang word. I get it. And if the black community wants to utilize it, that's up to them. Just like it's up to the brown community. If the black man allows them to use it, it is what it is. But who the fuck gives a shit about who's allowing who? It's a word. It was a word created to disrespect a black man and a brown man. Do you think when people went to that restaurant back in the days, or that restroom, and it says no colors allowed, do you think they meant just blacks? They meant Mexicans too, brown people too. They have color. No colors allowed. That means none, Mexican or black. You know, you can't just make it a black thing. And you can't just make it a brown thing. It's a people thing, man. And it's about respect. And how do you ever expect to be respected as a minority group, as a people, as a presence? How do you ever expect to be respected if you don't respect each other? You know, if you don't display the characteristics of respect, then you haven't earned the privilege to be respected. That's facts and that's truth, man. Learn your history. That's why I always impress upon people. Learn where your people come from. And remember, they're not just your people. All people are everyone's people. You were just born a different color. You were just born with a different swag or a different sway or a different vibe. That doesn't mean you're different. That means you're just a different color, right? We have a deep, rich history that's rooted in where our people and our ancestors come from. And the whole moral of that story is to live and to create and to prosper as a people and to understand that we're overcoming the barriers that were presented to us. And we're a strong, intelligent people. I'm talking about black and brown and white and Asian and Uso and everyone else, right? But don't step on other people to get there. Do it the right way. Do it the respectful way. Afroman doing this, man, is just trying to cause division. He just basically doesn't like Mexicans. And that's why he says he literally had to move out of the LA area because he was so tired of Mexicans saying the N-word. Hey, man, if that's how you feel, he couldn't kill them all. No, you couldn't kill a fly, bro. That's the truth. The truth is that throwing that out there, I couldn't kill them all, is basically igniting the black community saying, hey, we need to kill any Mexican that's saying the N-word. Basically, that's what he's saying. How foolish of a man to get put off his pivot over a damn word. It's wild. And as far as Lefty Gunplay goes, everybody's hating on Lefty nowadays. Everybody's mad because that motherfucker got the cheat code. Because all he had to say was 4 measly ass, whack ass words, and he got him a gold shiny thing. And now he's getting all this opportunity. And there's people that literally hate Lefty Gunplay now just because he's winning. I am not one of those people. And let me explain to you something, man. It doesn't matter if he's black. It doesn't matter if he's brown. It doesn't matter if he's green. Hey, that man went up there and he won. Am I proud of him for being one of the first ever raza, members to go up there and accept an award on behalf of his hard accomplishment and work? Because he didn't accept it on behalf of the raza, man. Fuck that's what he's saying right there. He accepted on behalf of his hard work and being at the right place at the right time. And I respect it, man. I respect seeing people come up. Don't be mad, Afroman, because we're proud. Because I'm sure there was a lot of people, a lot of brothers that were proud of you when you made that song, because I got high, right? And why are always there, every time there's some type of disagreement between the black and brown community over music and who created it, and who started it, and who was the first, and who wrote this, and who wrote that. Look, man, Mexicans are more intelligent and more stronger-willed, and we're not confined to just one song, La Bamba or mariachi music. Okay, that's just a form of a prejudice or a racial situation saying, go sing La Bamba. And then a black man wrote that. He said, then why sing La Bamba? Right? Why can't he go see Vivo de tres animales? Right? Look, at the end of the day, man, music is just fucking music. It's universal. It's for everyone. It's not created just for black. It's not created just for brown. It's not created just for white. And anyone who does that, they got a racial element to their get down. Anyways, man, let me know what you guys think. Do you think Afroman was right? There's a lot of people, I read comments that were like, hey, he's speaking the truth. Speaking the truth. That man is a coward. He let a whole group of Mexicans he don't know, allegedly, move him up out his city because he didn't like the way they were talking. Handle your fucking business. Don't just talk about it. And as far as, oh man, to Lefty Gunplay, why don't you kill blacks like you was doing in prison? Hey, it works both ways, man. It goes both ways. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of, not as much as people think, but there's a lot of division between black and brown while in the prison system in California, right? And do you see them guys get out with that hatred in their heart and the first thing they do is go hit each other? No. You do what you have to do to survive in prison. It's a different world, right? Those politics and those racial lines, they're not created out of hatred. They're created out of compassion. They're created out of smarts, out of being intelligent. And the reason why people rock like that is because the less interaction you have with another group, the less fucking drama and problems you're going to have, the less bodies, the less hatred, the less all of that. But people look at it with the glass half empty. They look at it like, oh, we don't like them, so we don't want to be around them. There's that too. There are individuals like Afroman that are like that. But there's also a lot of individuals that understand, man, the less interaction you have with a group that you necessarily don't get along with for whatever reason, right? The less drama there's going to be. Man, I'm not going to sit here and give fucking the prison rundown to Afroman. He's never done time. But I will give him this, man. He sounded highly, highly stupid. And that's just the way it is, man. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive for what I truly believe in. And that's the betterment of all people. Black, brown, white, it don't matter. This video is sponsored by Barrio Liquors out there in Turlock, California, where if you're any different ethnicity, every different race, right, like they say, you can go get you a bottle. Believe me, he ain't going to charge you more because you're black or white. Believe me, you can go get you a bottle. Also by Sticks and Stones Yard Service out there in Tucson, Arizona. Man, it doesn't matter if you're a black man, a white man, a green man. Hey, if you pay the homeboy right, he's going to make sure your lawn is mowed. That's just the way it is. Let's support our small local raza businesses. This is the gun. Bang, bang.